If you guys have been following my recent videos, you people know about my next PC project, right? Project Obsidian. This is an all AMD mid-range Ryzen 7700X gaming PC, and you people will get to see that anyhow in this video. And lately I've been getting so many comments from you people asking like, Vimal bhai, can you build like a well-balanced mid-range gaming PC using newer gen hardware? So thing is, building PCs with newer gen hardware can be slightly expensive, guys, but not to worry. The PC that I'll be showing you in this video is obviously based on newer gen platform, at the same time keeping the price also in check. This PC will offer like great performance for both gamers as well as content creators also. So before we get started with the configuration and talk about the PC concept, I'd like to thank AMD for sponsoring this video. Alright, then coming to the configuration and part list, first of all let's talk about the CPU, guys. The main highlight of today's PC is AMD's brand new Ryzen 7 7700X. This is an 8-core 16-thread monster CPU with a max boost clocks of up to 5.4 GHz. Now you people know about Ryzen 7000 series CPUs, right? They're based on a 5nm process and are based on Zen 4 architecture and can offer like excellent value for money performance, guys. Especially this particular variant costs under 30,000 rupees and is like an excellent choice, either it be for gamers or content creators. Especially if you want to do like gaming, right? Higher clock frequencies are always recommended, guys. So this one goes up to like 5.4 GHz, so that is also checked. And for like multitasking or for like content creation sort of works, higher number of cores and threads are recommended. So here you're getting almost like 8 cores, 16 threads, so it's like very value for money CPU and covers both these sort of applications. And not only that, Ryzen 7700X also has support for DDR5. PCI Gen 5 interface support is also there for your storage, peripherals and GPU. And one more best part is it also comes with like integrated Radeon graphics. What happens most of the time is a lot of people want to build a PC, but sometimes due to budget restrictions right now they cannot buy GPUs. So here you don't need to worry because it has like an integrated Radeon GPU, right? This will get your job done for the time being, and once you save up a bit of money you can go and buy that GPU that you were waiting for. On top of that, it's also available in two variants, so you get with cooler and without stock cooler. So here also at times what happens is people don't have that extra budget to buy like a separate AIO or maybe liquid cooler, air cooler, stuff like that. There you can actually use the built-in stock cooler and get your job done. Once you save up like a little bit of money, maybe in like a month or something, you can upgrade that AIO to a powerful liquid cooler. Now moving on and talking about the graphic cards, I actually have like a couple of options over here and it can totally depend on your requirement. For example, if you want to do like 1080p gaming, you can go for one sort of GPU, but if you want to do like higher 1440p gaming, there's one more GPU recommended. And today in the house we have a Radeon GPU, guys, from AMD itself, and we will be going for the Radeon 6000 series GPUs based on RDNA 2 platform. Benefit of going for Radeon 6000 series GPUs in 2023 is the price factor and also the performance factor, guys. Right now with the introduction of Radeon 7000 series GPUs, these 6000 series GPUs are available at a very affordable price tag. If you look at the Radeon 6600, right, it's like made for 1080p gaming and comes with like 8 gigs of GDDR6 memory and is priced at only around 21,000 rupees right now in the market. For this price point, you can do some excellent 1080p gaming with this card. If you're looking for like a 1440p gaming level, right, you can go for the Radeon 6750 XT that offers up to 12 gigs of GDDR6 memory and is cost only around like 35,000 rupees. So this can be like a really good combination for the Ryzen 7 7700X. Today in the house we have both the cards, but for this particular Project Obsidian I'll be going with the 6750 XT. Anyways, moving on, talking about the motherboard, obviously this is like based on Ryzen 7000 series, right? You'll need the newer motherboards with AM5 platform. So today in the house we have a B650 series motherboard from Gigabyte. I went with their Aorus Elite Edition motherboard and has like on-board Wi-Fi and also Bluetooth as well. You can save a bit of money here by going for a more affordable variant of the motherboard, maybe like their DS3H model, but you won't be getting Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so it all depends up to you. Coming to the RAM, obviously it's a newer gen platform. We will be going for a DDR5 edition of the RAM, and the one I'll be using is from T-Force. This is their all new Delta RGB DDR5 and clocked up to 6000 MHz. It's 16 into 2, 32 gigs of RGB RAM. So this is what I'll be using for the video. Talking about the storage, I'll be going with something like a 512 GB of NVMe SSD. And coming to the AIO part, I have something from Deepcool right now. We'll be using like a 240 RGB liquid cooler, and this is like perfect for 7700X guys. It'll keep the temperatures in check and offer like optimal thermal solution. For this sort of configuration, right, a 750 watt power supply would be like more than enough, so that is what you can use. And lastly, coming to the case, as I always say guys, it all depends on your budget. If you're a bit tight on a budget, you can go for something like an affordable case, but if you have the budget, then I would recommend something like Corsair's 4000 series case guys. The one we'll be using in this video is their 4000X glass edition model and has like beautiful RGB fans on the front side. So that is pretty much it, the whole configuration and components we'll be using today. Let's quickly get started with the assembling. Holy smokes guys, now that is a beautiful looking PC. It's been a while I've made PCs with lots of RGB and boy I am glad today. I mean just look at it. It looks like total eye candy. You can just keep on staring at it all day long. Not just the case, every component used over here has charm of its own. Infinity mirror design on the AIO, retro looking lighting on the Dominator Platinum, and that sleek line of light bar on the Radeon GPU as well. All of that add to the PC's glory. And mind you, this all AMD PC is not just about the looks, it's a mean monster on the inside. Like come on, we've got AMD's all new Ryzen 7 7700X, which is an 8-core 16-thread CPU with a max boost of up to 5.4 GHz. Pair that with the Radeon RX series 6750 XT, which packs up to 12 gigs of GDDR6 memory. It's a killer combo for your price point, and is great not just for gaming but for creators as well. Especially if you're like a content creator and you do a lot of video editing, this configuration will give you good results. You can easily do all your 4K video editing over here, no sweat on this system. And coming to gaming part, Radeon RX 6750 XT is a beast. It was mainly intended for 1440p AAA gaming, but you can obviously do a bit of 4K gaming as well. And to put that to a test, we will be playing some AAA title games right now, starting off with our all-time favorite Spider-Man Remastered. I will be running these benchmarks at different resolutions and graphic settings, so hang tight and make sure to watch this video till the end. In this first test right now, we will be playing the game at 1080p resolution, very high graphics preset, and as you can see, on an average we were getting around 125 to 130 FPS in the game. Those are some freaking good numbers, I'd say. By the looks of it, I guess the 6750 XT can easily handle a bit of ray tracing also. Let's quickly enable it and check it out. All the other settings are same, 1080p resolution, very high graphics preset, and now ray tracing also set to high. Holy moly, I was not expecting that. Even with ray tracing enabled, we were getting an average of around 115 FPS right now. Seems like AMD has greatly improved their drivers these days. So far so good at 1080p. Now let's bump up the resolution to 1440p and see what happens. Graphics settings are still set to very high preset only, but right now ray tracing is disabled. Let's actually see the raw performance of this card at this resolution. Okay, quite impressive results so far guys. It was easily getting an average of around 95 to 100 fps at 1440p resolution. Muska gaming performance, no sorts of lags or stutters while gaming. Quickly enabling ray tracing at 1440p resolution slightly dropped the performance, but still not bad at 1440p. Despite all that, we were still getting around 80 fps on an average, and mind you, AMD's FSR has not even been enabled yet. I have played a couple of other titles as well, like Far Cry 6, Assassin's Creed, God of War, and even esport titles like Valorant. Excellent results in all of these games. Radeon 6750 XT is a hidden gem guys. Like for the price that you're paying, it's a paisa vasool GPU. Again, keep in mind the overall performance also depends on the rest of the hardware you choose. Since we went with like an all AMD next gen hardware, like you're combining both AMD's Ryzen CPU plus Radeon GPU, also you're using like brand new DDR5 RAM clocked at up to 5200 MHz, new generation motherboard is also there, and also a fast NVMe SSD. All of that adds to the total performance boost. If you have like an old setup and simply upgrade the GPU, then you might not get similar sort of results. So don't forget that point. So we've anyhow come this far, right? Let's also see if it can actually handle 4K gaming. Like it would be pretty cool, right? I'm pretty sure our PC is capable of handling it, but anyways, let's actually check it out in person. Okay, resolution set to 4K, graphics also set to very high, and in this first test, ray tracing is off right now. And hey, look at that. Not bad, right? I mean, from the looks of it, a consistent 55 to 60 FPS makes 4K gaming also quite possible over here. Like seriously guys, when a 35,000 rupees GPU is performing so well, why would anyone wanna buy like an expensive GPU? This is like a treat for all the budget gamers out there. And not to miss out, AMD's FSR upscaling technology support as well. It greatly boosts your frame rate without actually compromising image quality. So right now we'll be enabling FSR 2.0 and see what it actually does. So by enabling this feature, you can even play this game at 4K resolution with ray tracing enabled. As you can see, all the graphics settings are set to very high preset at 2160p resolution. Simply enable FSR 2.0 and boom! Magically, the frame rate jumps from 60 FPS in our previous test to almost 90-95 FPS. Now that is what I'm talking about. AMD has been aging like fine wine these days. Can't imagine what their upcoming FSR 3.0 update can do. Really looking forward to that. Well, that is pretty much it, but before wrapping it up, let me quickly tell you the pricing details of our PC configuration. AMD's Ryzen 7 7700X is priced at around 29 to 29,500 rupees, and the Radeon RX series 6750 XT costs roughly around like 35,000 rupees. If you look at the other components, you can actually change them as per your budget. For example, if you're tight on budget, right, then instead of going for like a premium Wi-Fi motherboard like the Aorus edition, you can go for something like their cheaper budget variant model like the B650 DS3H. There itself you can save around like 10,000 rupees, but obviously you'll lose out on the onboard Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connection. Similarly, you can do a bit of cost cutting in the RAM, storage and PC case as well. It's totally dependent on the user and their requirements. So the budget edition of the same configuration will roughly cost you around 1,10,000 rupees in India, but if you want to build the same exact PC like how I did in this video, it's gonna cost you like 15,000 rupees extra. All links for these will be available in the description box below. You can check it out there. So that's it. I hope you all enjoyed watching the video and got full information. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.